There's not a single human being who has publicly accused me of any wrongdoing of any kind.
Representative Matt Gaetz is getting mocked on social media for claiming that no one has ever accused him of ever doing anything wrong. Gaetz was responding to former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy's claim that the Florida Republican had him removed because he refused to block an ethics committee probe into allegations that Gaetz had had sex with a 17-year-old girl, a minor.
And I'll give you the truth why I'm not Speaker. It's because one person, a member of Congress, wanted me to stop an ethics complaint because he slept with a 17-year-old. An ethics complaint that started before I ever became Speaker, and that's illegal, and I'm not going to get in the middle.
Okay, so on the allegations, of course, Gaetz vigorously denies them and claims that his effort to remove McCarthy was just, about policy differences. Yes, we disagree on policy. However, that's not what Gaetz told a friend. According to private correspondence reviewed by the Daily Beast, Gaetz had indicated to that friend that his effort to undercut, isolate, and ultimately remove McCarthy was indeed payback, revenge served gold. Now, the Daily Beast reviewed those communications, but is not allowed to quote from them for fear that Gaetz would be able to identify the person who had given over those communications. The source who provided them was nervous about retribution, so nervous that the Daily Beast was not allowed to say in what form the correspondence even took place. Now, you could say, oh, how convenient. Anonymous source. How do you even know that friend even exists? Well, to be fair, but given the people that Matt Gaetz has been known to hang around with, like former Seminole County tax collector Joel Greenberg, who is currently serving prison time for theft, stalking, sex trafficking, cryptocurrency fraud, and small business administration loan fraud, it seems pretty plausible that this friend may have seen some shit and possibly was involved in some of it as well, which could explain the fear of retribution, or at least maybe knows something. Look, another reason this is plausible is because his reason for removing McCarthy, he claims, was policy differences, right? But wait a minute, Kevin McCarthy has the same policies as Mike Johnson. There's almost no difference. Look, Gaetz went after McCarthy for funding the government, not allowing the government to shut down. Mike Johnson has funded the government. Gaetz went after funding for Ukraine. McCarthy did it. McCarthy helped do funding packages to give money to Ukraine. And Gaetz is like, oh, I hate that. Mike Johnson does it. And Gaetz not only does not threaten a motion to vacate like he did to McCarthy, but also refuses to join one that has already been threatened by Marjorie Taylor Greene. And he could join on with, Thomas Massey and Marjorie Greene and the other person. That's it. He could do that, but he didn't. It's very strange. No, I think what's going on. I know what's going on.
Give me a break.
All right, we're not stupid here. Other congressional sources that are Republicans told the Daily Beast that Gaetz also acknowledged his revenge motive behind closed doors. In one instance over the summer, Gaetz told a group of colleagues that this was a direct response to the ethics investigation. He specifically blamed McCarthy for the return of the probe, according to two sources familiar with the conversation. A senior GOP congressional staffer separately told the Daily Beast, quote, I've heard him complain about Kevin because of it. I mean, there you go. Yes, Gaetz is full of crap, and he's been getting called out for it. So the response here on social media to this video is pretty good. On Twitter, Rick Wilson tweets, just short and sweet right there. Another, called ProLib, says, to be fair, Matt Gaetz doesn't see females as human. Females. Look, whenever a right-winger says female, and I know that's not a right-winger, but you hear it enough from people on the right. So whenever I hear the word, I automatically think about Ferengi.
They shamelessly clothe their females, inviting others to unclothe them, the very depth of perversion.
Just reminds me of right-wingers. How dare you clothe your females? But anyway, getting back to responses here, ex-user Lonnie Hammock suggested that the comment showed that Gaetz was unaware of Trump White House aide Cassidy Hutchinson's claim that he had once weirdly stroked her chin and asked, "Has anyone ever told you you're a national treasure?" Apparently, Gaetz has not read Cassidy Hutchinson's book. In it, along with that weird display, Gaetz had allegedly appeared at her cabin door one night at the Camp David presidential retreat and would repeatedly ask her to escort him back to her cabin. Even though it's impossible to get lost because all the cabins are clearly marked in a circle drive. Hey, that's not why he was there. It ain't about getting lost. He did not get lost.
Sexual anarchy.
He was looking for a little bit of that. Allegedly, of course. And then, of course, a witness also had told prosecutors in 2021 that she had sex with Gaetz at a drug-fueled party that she was paid to attend, according to the woman's attorney, and was allegedly threatened by a Gaetz associate into not saying anything. Oh, I mean, are you sure? Are you sure you haven't been, accused of any wrongdoing? Look, here's the thing. For me, I guess I got a pretty leftist attitude about this. I don't care if you go to drug-fueled sex parties, and come to. I don't care, as long as everyone's an adult and everything is consensual and that everybody is safe and is not, out there operating vehicles and things like that. All right, I don't care as long as there's consent. I don't care if you pay for sex. I think paying for sex should be legal. And doing so, by the way, legalizing sex work makes it so that you can protect the sex workers, all right, and reduce trafficking. I know. But right now, Matt Gaetz has been accused of doing both legal and illegal things, or wrongdoing. And whether or not, it is illegal, right, or if it is legal, there are things that are patently unethical, which is why he's under an ethics investigation, which would be considered wrongdoing if it's unethical. So, look, these accusations and allegations do not prove that he did anything wrong, but they are there, okay, to say that he hasn't been accused in either private or public of wrongdoing. It's just a complete, flat-out lie